Let's go now to criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Mark O'Mara. So, Mark, I got to ask you about these new federal charges because they seem significant. You got 2 counts of stalking, murder through use of a firearm, and a firearms offense. But again, murder through use of a firearm. That's on top of 11 state charges in New York. But the federal charges put the death penalty on the table. Do you think that's what this is about?
I do think it's about making sure that they have every shot at him that they can. I sort of look at this almost like a double-barrel shotgun. The state's going to have their shot at him, their offense that they've already charged him like 11, and then the federal government has him as well. What's interesting is going to be the timing, because generally speaking, the federal system works much faster. But I see the feds deferring to the state system to let them have sort of the first trial at him. I heard the defense team say it's a little bit of adding on. I think it's just making sure that they have the insurance that the argument of terrorism raises the sort of standard for everybody.
All right. So you've got this situation where he'll be judged by a jury, right? A jury of Americans. And yet he shows up in New York in this unprecedented moment, Mark. I mean, this is not how federal suspects are normally processed in New York, which is used to processing very high profile people, right? I mean, this was, he's coming with this phalanx of officers, guns drawn, and then there's people, with hats and yelling support for him. I mean, it was really an incredible moment. Does this spectacle help or hurt him?
So strangely, I think the federal government and the state system should go low key. They've got him. They've got good forensic evidence, it seems. The idea of making him a celebrity, which is what part of this is doing, I think is counterproductive to a proper verdict, whatever they get. And the other side of that same coin is there are those people out there who like him for whatever reason, and they are now sort of ginning up that for support for him. And don't forget, those people, some of them may well be on his jury. So I think they should tamp this down rather than making the spectacle that they made of it today.
And it certainly was that. So the other thing we learned today, Mark, was about the notebook that they said was in his possession. And we're finding more about what's in it. So today we learned that there were several handwritten pages in there that expressed hostility towards the health insurance industry and wealthy executives in particular. That's what they're telling us today. They specifically said that the investor conference, that he wrote about it as the perfect place to, quote, whack a top insurance executive. And the notebook entry, according again to officials, also stated that the target is insurance because it checks every box. I mean, that's right there in black and white in his notebook. Yeah. I mean, how significant is that? I mean, does that make this, in a sense, something that, I mean, are you at an open and shut, this should move very quickly sort of a situation or not?
Well, I mean, forensically, they've got an extraordinary amount of evidence. Now they have his very own words saying the premeditation. So this is not going to be a case of facts, I don't think. An application of the law, pretty straightforward. Aaron, I mentioned to you the other day, I think this is a mental health mitigation defense where you try to explain away his behavior, whatever his mental health conditions may be, because he's got to get away from this argument of terrorism, this intent to instill terror in the populace. I think that's sort of an overcharge in and of itself, but they are creating that the more they make him the celebrity that they're making him.
All right. Well, Mark, thank you very much, as always. Good to see you.